All right, welcome back to the Run.down post-game show over here. Knicks win 109-104. Your host Samuel here. I got with me Tyrese, aka London's Theory. And we just took care of business against the Bulls, RJ with 28, Alec Burks was 27, Obi Toppin with, 18 points, three threes, did his thing. It was just all around great game, and it's always better when we can get it against the Bulls because their fans was talking hella cash shit earlier in the year, but that's a story for later on in the show. But anyways, I mean, like, let's just like get to like what happened today. Like first,
I got the shades on because the future is bright right now. You gotta understand, it's looking up.
Facts. I
It's,
mean,
it's it's bright in the garden. Let me take them off real quick. But yeah, man, this is the game to talk about. Let's fucking get into it. Let's get into it. I'm happy.
yeah, I mean, like the game started out. We were kind of down to them earlier in the game, and it kind of looked like, oh, this is gonna be one of those Knicks games where like a contender comes in here, and it looked like DeRozan was gonna like put up like 50 against us and all that good stuff. But the next day they regained their composure thanks to some energy from the second unit, including Emmanuel Quickly
Again,
and Obi Toppin and Alec Burks. Alec Burks is not part of the second unit, but like he kind of like played more of his minutes with the second unit today, and he played really well. Like he didn't have the ball in his hands a lot, which was really good. So like he was able to just get like his shots off spot ups and like really quick decisions off like a catch. So he wasn't really doing a lot with the ball in his hands. It was like a lot more IQ running the show, especially late in the game, which I do want to get to. But yeah, I mean, like the Knicks, they kind of held a steady lead throughout the rest of this game, and even though it got a little dicey at the end with like the free throw conversions and all that stuff, Knicks held pretty strong, and they came through with the dub. And
yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, what more can you ask for?
Oh man, everything went up. Everything came up Millhouse tonight. Next one, the young gun showed out. DeRozan looked horrible in the clutch once again. Zach LaVine is not
Two
moving
key
me.
turnovers by DeRozan in the clutch.
Oh my god, they was
We
talking
win
about
again.
they was pushing MVP propaganda for that man. He got some brains in his head, and they acting like he's fucking MJ from the left side. If y'all don't stop, boy, if y'all don't stop, let me get this show up to Rose with my chest now because I'm tired of y'all talking sweet like, oh, he's somebody. No, he not. No, he not. Like, if y'all don't like, let me compose myself. Let me get my words out my chest. Let me say what I need to say because if I don't say it properly, it won't get the message through. DeRozan is basura as soon as the weather hits 50 degrees or higher on average. And I need y'all to understand this, internalize this, and accept this. The Bulls fucking suck. The Bulls got fucking Nikola Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan in playoff time. You really think we scared of anybody? They might get good in the regular season. DeRozan was good for a really good month, and now he ass. He was good. He put up numbers tonight, but when it mattered most, what happened?
Shit himself.
Heimlich.
And it's spread to Zach LaVine too. Zach LaVine choked the free throw at the end too, which would have cut the lead down a little bit. But the sickness, it spreads. We told people about DeRozan, man. We told people about DeRozan. We told people about the Bulls, man. People let those 2-month victory laps, get ahead of themselves. They don't realize it's an 82 game season. But here we are. The weather's getting warmer. Spring is hitting, and we just vibing tonight. We just vibing. It's a good night. We beat the Bulls, and our agenda is being pushed even further.
That felt like Game 7 in the clutch. The games against the Bulls have been.
This was our NBA Finals right here.
Fuck, man. You popping bottom like. They muddied too. I know they upset. I know they vexed.
Bro, Vooch was just getting like. He was like, I don't even know how to describe him. Like he was bad, bro. He was bad. And this is a preview of like what's gonna happen to him in the playoffs, especially if they seed where they at right now. They like 5th or 6th, right? And like if they match up to like Milwaukee, just imagine what Giannis is gonna do to them boys in the playoffs. Because my God, it's just.
I mean,
it get real nasty.
Vucevic did nothing. Like he did nothing this game. Like he got a couple and ones, but other than that, like he did nothing. And he shot well from the field too, but like he didn't. I didn't feel Vucevic. I'm like, this is your all-star center. This is your stretch five. Mitch had him in the fucking torture rack. Mitch put him in fucking jail. We could talk about the team in a little bit. I'll just make his fucking Bulklander off my chest. That team did nothing. Like Caruso about to lock down people. Oh, Caruso went 1 of 4 from the field and fouled out and did nothing of relevance. Oh, and Io Donsumu. Ooh, he's so good.
Kobe White, aka better than RJ Barrett.
Kobe White
who I got? Pat Williams, aka the Paw. Baby Kawhi. That's the most fans like to call him.
Man. Kobe White was shooting like me out there. It wasn't pretty. He was shooting like me when the fucking like in that game when they play over like fucking 250 where you gotta make the shot. Like that's you be shooting like them random dudes who come up and like hit one shot and can't make anything else. Fucking bro. Kobe, like that team does not move me, man. And they talk about wait till we get Lonzo back. Like Lonzo somehow making y'all some kind of contender. Shut up, man. Like
this is why we told people like about the Bulls before the season started. Like, sure, they got off to a nice hot start, but like we knew like Vucevic, he's not gonna matter in these type of situations, especially in playoff games. Like this isn't even a playoff game. We're not a playoff team. Well, we actually could get to that. We should be a playoff team if we played. If our coach was competent enough to allow us to play the right way, we would have been a playoff team. So this technically is kind of a playoff game between the two of us. But yeah, I mean, like we see what Vooch has done in the playoffs in the past. We've seen what DeRozan's done in the playoffs in the past. The only person we're really not sure of is Zach LaVine. And I mean, like, is Zach really going to carry you to like where you really want to be as a team? No. So like, this is why people had their doubts about the Bulls. And when Bulls fans were running their victory laps during the regular season, when DeRozan was pulling miracles out of his ass, that's why everyone was just like, all right, just wait and see. Let's see what happens. And then boom, here it is.
He hit 2 game winners on back-to-back days. You telling me there wasn't some kind of dark magic at play? You telling me there wasn't some kind of divine intervention at play? That was satanic shit, and I'm glad it's coming back on their ass now. Satan cannot prevail.
And we're gonna get to the comments. We're gonna get to the comments in a minute, but we do want to like continue talking about this game.
One sec. I gotta do something real quick. I gotta get something out real quick. 1 second.
In the meantime, I do wanna speak on actually no, let me get to comments now while Tyrese is doing this. Brent says they put my son on my son corpse on the Summer Jam screen. What you call it? Oh, he's talking about DeRozan.
Had to get my puffer out. You know how it is. It's cold out here right now.
AKA Frack says laps are being run tonight, fellas. Yes, they are. R&R saying how we celebrating the title boys.
Got the jacket on. The Frozen showed up in the house.
We vibing tonight.
Oh, I have to get this shit.
Brent says Vooch really been washed since he put on that Bulls jersey. I mean, what do you expect trading for like a center on his way to the other side of the 30s, and he's not a defensive like type of center. Like
Wendell better than him. Like Wendell right now is playing better than him.
Jelly Slim says Seth Partner needs to apologize for that Alex Caruso better than RJ Barrett tweet. Yeah, a lot of people didn't apologize for all the tweets that they were saying. A lot of nonsense was being said.
Including me. Including me.
Facts. But yeah, let's get to the Knicks part of this game. I mean, like there's like so many angles to start from. I mean, like where do we want to start first?
Because Tom Thibodeau pissing me off at the end of the game. All right, look, listen. I get it. No, I don't. Fuck that. Why is Obi Toppin coming out of the game? Like, I think he hit a 3 like a minute ago, and then Tom Thibodeau was like, nah, Julius. Like, I think I heard him yell Julius, and I was like, there's no fucking way. Bro. He really put Julius back in this game, and I get it. No like, reason. I don't get it. Like Obi Toppin's having the game of his life. He's playing well. He's hitting 3. This is the first time he's hit 3 threes since his first game. Like, came out, did his thing, like playing well defensively, giving you energy, and somehow he comes out of the game for Julius. And like, it wasn't even a free throw thing because like Julius wasn't hitting the free throws tonight either. Like, I don't understand what he was planning with Julius down the stretch of that game. I really do not see why we needed Julius down the stretch of that game. I don't even think Julius wanted to be the stretch of the game. Look how Julius was playing. He was just like, I ain't feeling it tonight. If he's not feeling it tonight, he's not feeling it tonight. Like, he shouldn't be back. I don't think he wanted to be back, but he's like, I'll play because, like, hey, I'm a hooper or whatever. Sure, but like, The crowd was definitely chanting, "We want Obi." Obi was
Bro,
playing.
I was getting them DSJ vibes when everyone was like, "We want Frank." It felt like that, bro. I
It,
tweeted out like DSGA, if he was watching this game, he would have had Vietnam flashbacks to that game because it had those similar vibes, man.
I don't understand the logic down
Like,
the stretch.
like Tibbs is not doing him any favors by bringing him back into these games that he's just like not into.
Exactly.
Like he just like you could tell from opening tip, like the vibe with him was just not there. Like, and I don't get it because it's like you're still competing for something at the end of the day. You're still competing for each win every single night. So I'm not even gonna say like, oh, he's probably unmotivated because like the other 13 guys on the team are completely motivated and playing with so much high level energy. Like there was a play where Obi was like everywhere on defense. Like he was just flying around the court. And like Obi's not the best defender on the team, but like he could trick you into thinking he is because of how much energy he plays with on that end, with how he's switching from player to player, how he has his hands up all the time, how he's just like so active. Like it's just such a stark difference. So it's like I can't even make that excuse like Julius doesn't like he shouldn't care. Like everyone else cares, so like why can't you?
Man, like that's just not the game for Julius. Like let Obi Toppin is a relative in the crowd. The crowd is at home. The crowd is into it. Like especially when you're playing at home, you're talking about the fan base and the home field advantage or whatever. Do stuff that makes the crowd happy.
Yeah, maybe appease the fans after you like pissed them off and said they don't watch film.
Like Obi Toppin having the game of his life, 17 points. I thought he was going to drop 20 tonight. He was playing really well. I'm like, all right, he hits the number 3, 20 points, got a couple of free throws down the stretch. All right, cool. Like, just do things.
Bro, he even played some bully ball in the post on Zach LaVine on the
Exactly. And he had an
N1.
I'm pretty sure. I think he got an N1 off of that too. Like
he got an N1 off Caruso. Like IQ found the mismatch and then he dunked it to him.
Right. Yeah. They're all white and look the same. But like, come on, man. Like, I don't understand that logic, but I guess they won 4 straight for the first time all season.
Wow.
We finally beat the 4 straight hump. Like it took fucking 74 games, but 75 games, I think. But we did it. We finally won 4 in a row.
Yep,
might win like 5 or 6 to end the season now. We gonna fuck up these standings somehow. We gonna fuck up their tank. I mean the tank don't matter, but like
it don't matter. The only thing we can do now is like be villains and ruin everyone else's like play-in and playoff chances.
Might as well.
Yeah. Just for the fun of it. I do want to talk about we can get into Obi. I mean, we kind of already spoke about Obi, but yeah, Obi played a great game, had the game of his life basically at home in the Garden, just like being a main contributor and yeah, it was just like great to see. And IQ being the orchestrator at the end of the game just was like
it took so much time. It took so much time for him to fucking realize that, oh hey, play your best ball handler down the stretch and let him run the offense. And what happened? He found the play that helped Burks hit the 3-pointer and basically put the game away.
And he had another play before that where he drove in, dumped it down to Mitch. Mitch got a nice dunk. Bro, it's like it's so easy. We was talking about this the exact last post game about letting IQ orchestrate more at the end of games because he's basically the best guy that we got at doing stuff like this. And lo and behold, they let him do it today, and we got easy points and we win in an easier fashion than we did the last game.
It should not be this hard. It
shouldn't. It shouldn't. But what do we know? We don't watch the film 3 times, 4 times, but yet we're still making suggestions that
we just type on Knicks Twitter.
Yeah, we just type in on Knicks Twitter. We don't know squat, but hey, we just made some suggestions that the Knicks actually used, and they won the game in an easier fashion than they did the last game. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, we could talk about Alec Burks being great.
The resurgence of Alec Burks.
Alec Iverson back for one last run.
He's back.
It's gonna hurt to trade him.
It is
like hurt like hell, and like it probably needs to happen. I'm kind of like probably just trade Fournier. I might be there. Like I get
Yeah.
this. I get the salary purposes.
We keep benching him in fourth quarters. Like he's just like become so irrelevant. It's like, oh,
like I get the idea of like salary, like him being the big salary, but at the same time, it's like Brooks is just so good on the bench.
yeah. Like Burks is easier to bring off the bench if you're like worried about optics about like keeping Fournier off the bench. But like, I mean, Burks is like better in that role. He's better defensively than Fournier.
He just does everything at like a good level: dribble, pass, shoot, defend,
And he's like a way better salary to just keep on your books on your team.
Yeah, and plus he has a team option at the end of his contract, so like he's cheaper. He's $10 million compared to Fournier being 18, and like I get what they were trying to do with Fournier. It didn't work.
Yeah,
but I mean he's hot and cold. I wouldn't say it didn't work. He's just kind of hot and cold, and that's fine. But like Burks is just so good in his role, especially when you're like looking for wings. And I get it. There's a lot of wings on the team, but I don't want to trade Burks unless I get like a first back.
Yeah, he's been so valuable to this team, like, because you just know what you're gonna get from him when you have him in that specific role. And today he didn't have the ball in his hands a lot, like we were speaking about pre-post game before we came live. But yeah, I mean, like Burks works so much better when he doesn't have the ball in his hands so much. Today he was able to just get points off the catch, like at 3 for him to be in, rather than trying to force him to be a point guard,
which he should have been in the entire time. But again, Tom Thibodeau doing stupid shit, and it's like, wow, it takes you 70 games to like
he's so
sort of
galaxy brain. So galaxy brain. It's like, bruh, we could have been playing like this all year and been a legit playoff team. We could have been a 4 seed again, probably, because like looking how the East is shaking up, we could have easily been a 4 seed, probably.
I mean, I think we would have been like in the 5 to 8 range. Because I was expecting that going into the season. I'm like, all right, 5 to 8. I don't think we'll be 4, but like,
yeah,
could we have been like a mid-table playoff team if we were just like halfway decent?
Like,
yeah,
but the way we're playing right now, I don't see how we couldn't have played like this for like the whole year and like been a playoff team.
We were 23-22 after the Mavericks blowout at home, and then we just went like 3-17 with like losses against like the fucking Pelicans, the Thunder, the Timberwolves, the Trailblazers. Oh my god, bro, we squandered so much shit this year, and the fact that like a lot of the players on the team are still rising in spite of Tibbs is just like a testament to how good those players are, and a testament to like how good Walter is at the job. But yeah, like another player we could talk about thriving, Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch was a really good game.
Mitch was fantastic tonight, man.
Yeah, and Schwinn kind of tweeted out how like Mitch was great tonight, and like this is usually a matchup that gives him a lot of trouble because Vucevic usually likes to stretch him out to the 3-point line. Tonight he didn't really do that much. I don't know what the Bulls were doing, but shout out Billy Donovan for being a doofus tonight. But yeah, like Mitch played great tonight, and a lot of offensive boards. One play that I think stuck out to a lot of people was caught the ball off the short roll, passed it out to Obi for that 3 on the wing. I think a lot of people noticed that, and he's been doing that quite a bit more often as of recently for the last couple of games. So, it's good to see these little developments here and there.
Short roll playmaking. I told you so. I told you. I said put him in the fucking center of the court, top of the key, like with open shooters out, and just let him pass. And you saw it. Like he went through his reads. He was like, all right, is IQ open in the corner? No, I'm gonna kick it out to Obi. He kicked that out to Obi. Obi hits a 3. Like he can do stuff on the short roll. We just again don't give him opportunities to do stuff on the short roll and do stuff like with more than one dribble. And it just feels like we're limiting him. But like the fact that he's just doing what he does in spite of us limiting him is just a testament to like how good he is and how talented he is. 8 offensive rebounds, again, second in the league offensive rebounds, 3 blocks, a steal, sealing off the paint, basically keeping Vucevic in check. Like Vucevic had 16 points, but a lot of those came kind of like in the waning moments of the game. It didn't really feel like he was doing anything at all. And plus Vucevic wasn't shooting threes, and like he was bodying up with him in the post. Like these are the things that he can do, and I get it. He's frustrating it sometimes because he's inconsistent, but like he's young. Young players deserve the right to be inconsistent a little bit. He's talented enough to give him a second contract. He's somebody you should think about being the future of this team. Like him and Sims are a really good center pairing. They cover each other's weaknesses in the center. Like Sims can do more stuff on the perimeter, and Mitch does all more stuff in the paint. Like those guys are just somebody like those guys, those two like Mitch and Sims are just somebody like guys you should like prioritize as like your center rotation with small ball. That's a good center rotation. So yeah, man, I can't say enough about Mitch. Love the dude.
Yeah, and I mean, gotta talk about RJ as well.
Of course.
Another great game from him. Just did everything pretty well tonight. I mean, it's like become the norm for like RJ to play like super well now. He's been averaging 25.6 points per game since February. Really great numbers all around. Finally at 20 points per game on the season.
He just hit it. So he just hit 20 points per game, which is great for him.
Yep. It's just great to see the strides that he continues to make, and it's like despite all the frustrations of this season, the one shining point, or one of the many shining points of a lot of the young guys, but the one main shining point has been RJ Barrett's growth. Really great on the free throws today.
6 or 7.
Yep, can't complain there. It's like ever since ever since you made that claim about worrying about the free throws, he's been like knocking them down at like a pretty high clip now.
Hey, if he shuts me up, I don't care. I'll take it. Like, if I gotta be the villain to make sure RJ Barrett is the star ever promised for, I'm okay with that. You can roast me on Twitter all you want to. I'll just mute the conversation.
I wish you got the 30, but I'm not gonna complain about 28 against the Chicago Bulls. He just got it done. And I mean, the defense was a little bit better today, I think.
Defense was bad in the first quarter, but after the first quarter, I felt it was like really good. Yeah, like I'm sorry, the Bulls just like they don't really shoot. Like the Bulls shot 90% of the line, and they still lost this game by fucking 5. Like we shot like shit at the line too. 21 of 35. That was bad. We were horrendous at the line.
Man, it was just like it was at a point where I was just like, bro, we're gonna end up losing this game because like the free throws is just like killer.
I gotta be RJ Skip Bayless. I don't want to do that shit. No, dude, man, fuck that. I'm not Skip Bayless. I would just say, I don't know, man. He's just kind of struggling, and I'm unconfident. And now he's not struggling as much. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, but there are reasonable concerns. Now my tweets weren't reasonable, but they're reasonable concerns.
But yeah, I mean, just like yeah, I mean, like a lot of these guys. Oh wow, Mitch 16 and 12. I didn't peep that he had 16 and 12. Just that line. 3 blocks, 1 steal.
He's him.
Yeah, I mean, Deuce had a nice midi. That was good to see from him. He didn't get a lot of minutes tonight. I don't see why Fournier had to play 24 minutes. A lot of more of those minutes could have went to Deuce, but not complaining.
I mean, I don't think Fournier played after like halfway through the third quarter. So
yeah, he just did not have it going. Like,
yeah, it wasn't pretty. But
like there was one shot where in the third quarter when he came, I think it was like probably his last shot that he took, where it like grazed the front of the rim from the corner. I was like, how do you even do that? How do you even do that?
Like, yeah, they cooked. But yeah, I mean, I cannot like sing enough praises about like the young guys on this team. And I think it's safe to say like IQ, RJ, Robinson are like very good foundational pieces of this team. Like I feel like you can see yourself building a franchise around those 3 talents, and like pairing them with a star of some kind. I'd say guys like Grimes and Obi on the outside, just because of like right now. Like give me a longer sample.
They're like high level role players at this.
Yeah, point. But like RJ, IQ, Mitch, that feels like a really good trio. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do in the draft. I really don't, but we'll find out because they have the 12th pick right now.
12th pick, and looks like it's going to stay at the 12th pick. They got to make a decision on Thibs because Thibs basically has shown that his coaching earlier in the year is the reason why this team isn't where it expected to be, because the players on this team are obviously good. Like even shorthanded, this team is playing like 2 to 3 rookies on a nightly basis as of late, and some second year players, and
their best player is struggling.
Yeah.
Like their best player,
yeah.
Their best player is struggling. Like they're playing Alec Burks at fucking point guard. Like you're playing a bunch of like first year and second year players on your bench. Like the bench unit is literally like Burks and 4 young dudes in theory, but then again, like in practice, actually no, it's IQ.
Obi, Sims, McBride, and Grimes.
And if Grimes wasn't hurt, Grimes would be in the starting bench unit. So it's basically like a bunch of first and second year dudes. No point guard. Your best player is struggling, and you're still like pulling out wins against like Miami and Chicago. And it's like if this team was just halfway fucking decently coached, and like 2 months ago, this team would definitely be in the play-in. So I guess if you're Tibbs, you go like, all right, if I don't make those mistakes again, we can be better. But at the same time,
you're Tibbs, you're gonna make those mistakes again.
And now he's like, yeah, I told you Alec Burks worked. Y'all didn't believe me. It took a while, but Alec Burks hooping like I thought he would hoop.
Oh man. Hawkeye 420 says Knicks undefeated since Sam went fro. Do I gotta keep the fro now or do I gotta go back to the braids?
Yeah. Let's get it. Sam with the fro, Julius with the fro. Damn. Why are we Chris Rock and Julius? Damn. I had to throw one in there. I had to say it.
Nah.
Jesus.
I gotta keep the fro now. I guess I gotta keep it now because
hey man, Streets want it.
Well with it, so
Streets want it.
Yep, I'm gonna keep the fro until Knicks do otherwise. Let's get to some comments because we do got a lot of them rolling in. I didn't get a chance to. Brent says, I'm surprised the Bulls ain't used Vooch more. He killed us with threes last time, but tonight he wanted to act like he's DeMarcus and got clamped by Mitch. Yeah, I mean,
because he's not that guy.
He's not that guy, and we told people that, and people just wanted to ignore it because they gave up Wendell Carter Jr. and they thought he wasn't anything, even though he's like a third-year center or whatever it was.
And now Wendell Carter Jr. better. I know Schwinn is happy.
Yeah, Wendell Carter's way better than him now. It's crazy.
The way he been hooping recently, yeah, happy for dude.
Deuce getting pulled after 2-minute shifts was disgusting. Fournier was basically benched in the fourth. Burks didn't need to play the entire fourth. I mean, Burks had a role in today. I didn't mind today. Yeah. Like Burks was like on some like 2019, 2020. No. 2020, 2021 Alec Burks type shit. So
yeah, like when he's doing that, you just gotta let him cook. Just gotta let him cook when he's doing that. I have no complaints really. Yeah, fucking Wendell Carter, you put up 20 and 12. The fuck? That's wild. Why did they trade that? And a pick. Mitchell offensive rebounding legit, or he's selling out somehow? No, Mitchell is literally one of the best offensive rebounders in the game. Like, did you see that
natural for him? He's
like,
did you see that
long. Tap? Did you see that tap where like he fucking caught it off the backboard, tapped it to himself, and then it tapped it in? That was nuts. That's not stat padding at all. That's just like legitimately God-given talent. Like. The offensive rebounding is not stat padding because like this team, A, sucks around the rim, and B, he legitimately just has like such good feel with offensive rebounding. So
yeah, I mean like he's just like so long, so like he's able to get those like those taps, and like when he's it looks more now like he's like physically able to like keep up what you call it with his body. Now, so like everything just like is gonna come more naturally for him, including those offensive rebounds, which have been killer as of late. Let's get to some more comments. Brent says if RJ can start hitting any of his middies, he's gonna average 25 points per game. I mean,
if he hits his free throws. If he hits his free throws in twos, he's probably gonna put up like around 24, 25 points per game, easily. Especially with the way he's getting to the line.
Let me actually check this clip out because people are bringing this up. Let me see. What was Randall's reaction?
Team 1 I don't pay attention to the after stuff game, so I have no idea.
Yeah, today I was like, yo, let me run these victory laps on the Bulls real quick. I didn't even peep what happened, but I had a feeling.
By the way, we are not done. We are not done. Like, we're not done.
Of course, we're not done. After this post game, I'm gonna be back on my shit.
Shit. But, follow us on Twitter. This is for Twitter. This is where I get reckless. I'm having fun.
But yeah, it seemed like he was pissed at the end of the game still. And I called it. I called it. Like Benji, I think it was Benji that tweeted that like because like Randall seems to have a thing going with the refs all night. He got that tech after he let the ref. It just seemed like it was one of those nights where, again, it's like one of those nights he doesn't have it going, and then of course he's gonna start getting at it with the refs because like something has to like if the shot's not falling and he feels like he's not getting calls, he's gonna go at it with the refs. Again, he didn't look that happy after tonight's game. Yeah, I mean,
Ah,
I mean, with
just like
with
let him
everything
chill.
compounding with the Obi chants, I could imagine that got to him because he's always paying attention to what the fans are saying, um, especially as of late. But yeah, I mean, with the fans chanting for Obi and his shot not going, and he probably just feels like it's unnecessary for him to even be out there in the first place. It's just like, yeah. Oh, he threw the ball across the court after the buzzer.
I think that was celebration, maybe. I think he probably like. I think he does it a ton. I've seen him do that, where like he just throws the ball in celebration.
Nah, he had his head soaking too. Like he looked generally pissed. I don't know if the ref
I
really got to him that
I,
much.
I didn't watch, so like, but
Now I have the clip in front of me. That's why. Like I have it
oh,
right in front of me. Yeah, I'm
okay.
watching it right now.
But I was like, when you throw the ball, usually like I've seen people throw the ball before, just like, yeah, we did it.
Nah, he tossed it and he had his head down. He was pissed. I don't know what was bothering him, but he just like I said this from the moment he was announced with the quad injury. I was like, yo, just keep him out. Like, there's really no reason to bring him back because like he doesn't want to be there. Like his like demeanor on the court is just like the energy just like seems like so off, and it's just like with the way the young guys are playing right now, I think they can hold their own without him being on the court. He contributed 5 points tonight, and credit to the 13 rebounds. But I think Obi gets a lot of those rebounds too if he's in there. So it's like, don't really see the reason to keep him out on the court. We'll see what happens next game.
Just let him chill. Like, just let him chill.
Like, there's literally no reason to play him.
Man. Like, let him like just spend time with his family. Let him like get his mind right. If he wants to like just chill, like I don't even think like just like let him spend time with his family, get his mind right. Like, I don't see that being a problem, but whatever. I guess like they don't want to play Taj. Maybe Taj is like, you know what? I want to be a family man right now. So they're like, all right, Julius, you gotta come back in. We gotta do stuff for the vet. I don't know.
Virgil X said RJ had some sick drives tonight. Yeah, there was one where I think it was like his first drive of the game where he got the steal off the bad pass and he came down and he finished with his right hand. I really like that drive.
The dunk was filthy too.
Oh that yeah, he had like a random like speed burst at the end of that thing. Like
yeah,
it didn't look like he was gonna finish with a dunk. It looked like he was gonna finish with like a layup, and then he just came in and was like, ah.
Oh, and then like he had a bunch of like and ones off glass tonight, which were like stupid. Like the touch was going tonight. That was a great touch that he was showing tonight. Yeah, man, just his ability to like just attack the basket is looking good, man. It's looking good.
Yeah. Mo says his first quarter, I think this reference to Julius. His first quarter was one of the worst of the season. Yeah, it was really bad. Like
yeah.
it was really bad. Like
yeah.
when the whole timeline in unison is like, oh god, Julius, or like just putting up the number 30, it's just like, yeah, it's not going well. What other quotes? Not quotes. I'm thinking about Twitter at this time.
I know. I'm trying to get back to it. I'm trying to see people.
But let's get back to these comments. Body language aside, Julius ain't a plus if he can't shoot. Having another non-shooter out there kills us, even if Randall became a good defender. Yeah, I mean, it just clogs up the paint, especially for someone like RJ who like really wants to get going off those drives, or whenever we run those curl plays for him to get to the lane. It just really clogs things up if it's not really wide open out there.
Also, real quick, the Bulls were 39-21 at one point, and now they're 43-32. Yeah.
I saw the regression coming, but I was like, I'm gonna wait till like it actually happens, and like when they lose to a team like us, for me to like really pop up my head. And I already started popping up my head on the timeline because I saw they were losing to good teams and bad teams. Like the Pelicans, they're like a play-in team, but like they didn't have Brandon Ingram and they still beat the Bulls. So it was just like, yeah, I had to run my victory lap. So,
Yep.
but yeah, I mean, today was just a great win. You know, good to beat a team like the Bulls, especially when someone like myself was talking so much shit. You know, it's good that the Knicks had my back and didn't make me look stupid today. Cause I don't know how I'll be able to show my face if I was talking all that shit and then the Knicks just came out and laid an egg like they were doing in the first quarter. So shout out to the Knicks for bouncing back, having my back, making sure I was able to run my victory laps on Twitter.
Yeah, today's a day where the Knicks didn't let us down for once, and now we can make fun of the fucking Bulls. It's a good day to make fun of the Bulls, like every day.
Yup.
Alec Burks gave y'all damn near a 30 piece. That's crazy. How you let Alec Burks give you a 30 piece? How you let fucking like DeMar DeRozan put the team on his back? He had like 17 in the fourth or whatever, and y'all still lost. I really thought we could lose that game in the fourth quarter, but like, man, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, Zach LaVine does not move me. Zach LaVine just does not move me.
He doesn't move me to the point where I think he could carry a Bulls team in the playoffs. Cause like I just feel like with the way DeRozan and Vucevic are gonna perform. Ace Bouchard says Bulls are just a team full of Randalls.
God damn. God damn. Shit.
But yeah, like they like in the playoffs, it's gonna look like there's gonna be a lot of performances that look like Randall's performance last year in the playoffs. So
it's gonna be Giannis doing handball, post, dribble, dunk, flex, and Vucevic going like, I'm sorry, man. That team just isn't good. That team just they have so many issues.
Like with Zach, I see Zach's game translating to the playoffs pretty well. But like after that, DeRozan, it's just like we already know what we get from him. Vucevic.
The problem was though that they expected Zach to be the best player on this team, and he's not, which is bad. And they're going to pay him like he's the best player on this team because he's probably going to make it. He could be making that super max money. So, yeah, if you want to pay Zach LaVine like damn near $40 million a year, because he's probably going to get up like. Well, I think his max right now is 5,205, 206 or something. So is that getting that kind of money? Yeah. No. Yeah, that team is kind of cooked. That team is cooked.
Well, there's the option if like if Zach decides to leave, if like the Bulls really flame out in a nasty way.
Like, how do you feel about Zach LaVine being on this team? Just like if it were to happen, like if the option was there and you could get Zach LaVine, how do you feel about Zach LaVine? Money aside, like the money will probably be a lot.
Money aside, because I know it's gonna be a max contract or whatever it is, but I think you gotta move. You probably gotta move Fournier for sure. I don't know how well the combination works with Randall or Thibs.
I feel like with Thibs is fine because like LaVine played for Thibs and that's okay. My problem is like I don't trust Zach as a playmaker yet.
I think we have enough guys on the team to not worry about that though. Like secondary wise.
The problem is like, do you want him in a position where he like when the ball's in his hands? I kind of feel like he kind of struggles, especially down the stretch. Like you saw it tonight, like down the stretch, ball in his hands, he just kind of loose and not really a threat. And he just feels a little not there yet. I feel like you want.
I think that's why they got Lonzo. I think that's part of the reason why they got Lonzo to share some of those playmaking duties between the three of them with him, DeRozan, and LaVine. So like it was like a three-headed monster of like guys who can do different things, guys that have three different playmaking styles. So. Some of these comments are funny. Julius was shooting like Tristan Thompson, practicing his 4-footers.
Damn. Keep it coming, but damn. Y'all are ruthless tonight. Jesus.
it was coming one of these nights, man.
I know.
It was coming one of these nights, man. It's just you let the ugly performances pile up. There's a breaking point with the Knicks fan base, man.
Oh my god.
Especially when you got Randall doing a thumbs down earlier, and then you got Thibs, his main buddy, saying we all don't know ball. It's just like there's a certain point that the fan base can only take so much. Like,
Yeah, like when he said like people
we
on
not watching film. Like,
social media. I've been watching film. What you fucking talking about? I see aerial threats every day.
facts. Like, I'll be going through the threads like daily. Like, I'll be going through them like scripture. Like, come on now.
Exactly. Like they got the man. I just Randall for Levine. Would they
Do the
do
Bulls
that?
do that? That's
I
the
mean, like they might.
question.
If Levine is like, I want to go to the Knicks. I feel like the Knicks kind of have them over a barrel. But like the idea of like DeRozan, Randall, and Vucevic, if Randall's jump shot doesn't like, I think it will be back. I think it will be normal next year. But like if it goes back to like being shit like this, that's an ass team. That is an ass team.
Oh man. Mo says if Spider was instead of Levine, Bulls would not be like this.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like Levine just feels like there was an idea. Like I saw this shit where it was like, oh, Booker, Mitchell, Levine, they're all in. It's like no, it's Booker, it's Mitchell, and then it's Levine. Like I don't think people realize. Like I guess he's good in the regular season. He puts up numbers, but like Levine in the like, he is a distant third, and he's probably he's going to be getting paid the most.
I think it's just like a matter of because like we've seen Booker and we've seen Mitchell in the playoffs, and like a lot of people just automatically assume Levine's game is going to translate to the playoffs. I mean, it should. It's like a really easily translatable game. It's not like it relies on like free throws like James Harden or something like that. So like, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how he looks in the playoffs. I know he's coming off the knee injury. He's been on injury management. They've been like holding him out of certain games because like.
You go come out in the press conference with the cast on like LeBron.
I'm weak. But Brent says
Randall just jumping up. God damn.
I mean Drummond be putting up some numbers lately, so I don't know, man.
Damn.
Drummond been on his shit lately, so
Don't even say that. That's foul. Don't stop it. Drummond been on his numbers. Shut the fuck up, man.
He's been a pretty good fit for Brooklyn. I'm not even gonna lie.
Look, I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, he putting up his numbers. You got people like, man.
Yeah, I don't want to get the old head started, man. I don't want to get the old head started about
exactly. Like quit while you ahead.
All that 420 says Sean starting the We Want Obi chants was hilarious. Yeah, I peeped on Twitter. He said he was the one that started them while Javante Green was at the free throw line. It was mad loud.
Sean's like 6'8". Of course you can hear them damn chants. They was like, nigga, you supposed to be playing. Why the hell you in the stands? Like,
but nah, I mean that moment brought me back to DSJ and Frank when everyone was chanting for We Want Frank, and like DSJ was just like going through it. He just had like
his head went
just
down.
like a loss in his family or something. And
yeah, like I think it's like his grandmother.
Fizdale was just like. See, this is another comparison with Fizdale and Randall, man. He don't know when to take dudes out. He leaves them in and lets them get butchered by the crowd. And that's the thing you gotta know. That's the thing you gotta know about like when you have these players out here that like when they're in a rut, you gotta know when to take them out. And Dibs and Fizdale, man, they just want to ride their guys, and it's just like, man, you gotta take them out. Like you can't be doing this to dudes. Like you killing dudes' confidence like this. Like you just like hurting them in more ways than physical. Like
all I gotta say is they won't fit, they don't defend, they don't beat good teams. That Chicago Bulls tweet is doing the fucking rounds right now. The way that they tweeted that.
Yeah, I remember that.
The way they tweeted that, and
I was like, this is gonna have Minnesota Timberwolves that tweet from 2019 vibes.
It's bad. Oh my god. Alec Burks really lit that franchise up.
Shout out Alec Burks, man. Man, do I go back to getting the Alec Burks jersey? Because like when Alec Burks was on his shit last year, I was like, yo, I gotta get me an Alec Burks jersey.
I
But
mean, you
like
probably shouldn't get it because he probably he probably go get traded.
yeah, but like then he came out this year and he started like he started off the
He,
year pretty okay, but
he
then
was good until like he started
Dibs was like,
starting,
"Hey, you're the starting point guard," and he started stinking it up, and it was like, "Ugh, do we
and now
want to
he
get an Alec
mad.
Burks jersey anymore?" It's
And
like,
now we want a jersey. Get a jersey.
do they even sell those?
They should. I'm gonna check. Fuck it, I'm gonna check. Let me see if Alec Burks got shirt. If I got a fucking Kevin Knox jersey, I'm pretty sure Alec Burks got a jersey.
Because I was looking for Marcus Morris Knicks jerseys a while ago, and I couldn't find those because I guess they never existed to begin with. That's a real Knicks legend jersey to cop right there. Marcus Morris, the half season hero.
He gave us quickly. He gave us Deuce. He gave us Rokas. I got nothing.
And he gave us the clutch shot against Porzingis.
Yeah.
Ace Bouchard says Randall for DSJ. Well, DSJ is on
It's
the open
not in the
market,
league.
so yeah, he's out of the league. So I don't know how that trade works. Do we send Randall to free agency and we pick up DSJ on a vet min? Is that how that works? Other than that, I don't know how that works because DSJ is chilling at the crib right now.
Bear jerseys for $60 if any of y'all are interested. So
but yeah, I mean, just a pretty good night of Knicks basketball. 4-game winning streak. Who we got next?
we got the Hornets next.
Hornets be giving it up to everybody, so we might be able to get that game too.
We went 5 straight before the season end. This franchise.
I mean, that's what's gonna be so frustrating because it's like, wow, we could have been doing this whole time, and like here we are doing this when it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters for developmental reasons, but
so stupid, man.
Yeah, we got, and then we got Cleveland, then we got Orlando.
Win that too. Probably win that too.
Then we got Brooklyn.
Might lose.
We could be Brooklyn. I seen LaMelo Ball give him. I seen LaMelo Ball and Isaiah Thomas give him buckets, man.
True.
It can be done. We just gotta be on our A game like we are.
I just feel like today. Yeah, they might end the season like, let's say, 10-4 down the stretch. Like the way they started the season, the way they're gonna end the season, like post All-Star break. If they did fucking suck for 2 months and just blow a bunch of leads. Which is why they're gonna bring him back. Because they're gonna be like, all right, we was good at the beginning. We was good at the end.
They're gonna look at certain stretches. It's gonna be like, look at this stretch of the season where we were really good. Look at this stretch of the season where we were really good. Scrub that part of the year where we look like Fizdale Knicks, and we have yourselves a competent team. So I mean,
I guarantee, I feel like the idea is basically like
that's their logic, not mine. If you're just tuning in, that's not my logic. That's the Knicks' logic.
Like the team is fighting for him. He clearly still has the team, which is like not a Joe Judge thing where like you could tell the team quit on Joe Judge. They're not quitting on Tibbs. Like they definitely can play well. It's just like, is Tibbs going to unlock the team? Can he unlock the team the way he did last year? Not even to last year's like 41-31, fourth in the East. Can he unlock this team to be like a playoff team? I think it's possible, but he just needs to get his head out of his ass.
Which has been a consistent problem for Tom Thibodeau's entire career.
Exactly.
So if you're looking for a late career arc change, I don't think that's going to happen.
But again, they're probably going to be like, all right, we're going to like shuffle around the roster a little bit, maximize like the young players on the team. We're going to go trade for like a point guard or whatever, put IQ in more position to like do shit, and we'll run it back with the team that's comfortable, and like we'll see if we can like actually play our way into like what the Raptors did last year, but like they were a really bad team and they became a really good team. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case.
I saw a comment here and I forgot where it was now. But it basically was like, how much of a troll would Dibs be to start IQ as soon as we are eliminated from the play-in?
I would slap that nigga. I would slap the shit out that nigga. You telling me
Oh,
you
here it
could?
is. It's from Brent. Brent said, "How big of a troll would Thibs be if he started IQ the second we're eliminated from the play-in race?"
I need him to go to gastric bypass if he does that shit. Fuck out of here,
He'd
man.
be an asshole. That's what he'd be.
I need him fucking jump. He better not do that shit near Dykeman. He better not do it in Dykeman. Like, if he actually did that shit, I would be so upset.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't put it past him, which makes me really upset because it's like, what the fuck? You could have started him. McBride has any offense. Let him get into a rhythm. Like he basically went from like the man at Westview, the man in Westchester to like I barely touch the ball in the half court unless I'm giving it quickly or shooting. So like give him some time to like adjust to that role, and I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, the question for those the non-visual people that are not like watching it was McBride has any offense question mark, just being too timid question mark. He's been getting good minutes but not a lot of offensive flashes so far. Yeah, I mean, like Tyrese just kind of answered that. So yeah, he doesn't really get the ball in his hands to the point where he's able to really do stuff. So like at this point he's basically like a spot up shooter, and yeah, I mean, he's just basically a spot up shooter, and like he'll do some things off the catch. Like today, he had a nice midi. But mainly, we're just trying to see from him is like defensively what he brings, and we kind of saw a lot of that in the Miami game. Like we saw a lot of what he brings defensively and how that can spark the team. So it's not all offense that we're looking for from McBride right now. The offense will come. I'm not too worried about it because we've seen what he can do when he legitimately has the ball in his hands more. So I think it's just a matter of more reps, and in due time, we'll see what he has.
Don't worry about Deuce. Like I'm not worried about Deuce whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, so I think that's all we got for today. Today was a great win.
Good win.
Got the
We got the
Hornets up
win
next.
Hornets up next, and now I gotta go to Twitter because I gotta let both Twitter know that.
Facts. So make sure y'all like
share.
and subscribe. Thank y'all for all the comments, questions, reactions, takes, all that good stuff. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out everything Strickland related in the description. We got links to the site, the Patreon, the merch, all that good stuff to support us. And we will catch y'all after the Hornets game. Peace.